Okay, people, let's get right into this news.
Are shining a light on survivors of abuse. And So I Stayed is an award-winning documentary about 3 survivors who strikingly have similar stories and were separated by 30 years. They all point to how no one believed their stories about their abuse, and each...
What? It's a documentary that's called And So I Stayed. And so you a fool. Let me tell you something. If you are being abused, get the fuck out. But I can't. He's a threatening man. 911 is right at your fingertips. 911 is on you women's side. Because all you have to do is dial 911 and hang up the phone, and the police is coming to the residence regardless. And then all you have to do is scream, holler, you know what I'm saying? Make some type of fucking noise. Show that you are being abused, and that nigga will be dealt with. There's no reason why you're staying in a relationship other than you like this shit.
Ended up behind bars together to fight back. Here's a clip.
We all had police reports, hospital records, witness statements, pictures of violations. For God's sake, Nikki's abuser raped her and...
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. We all had pictures and police reports. Yes. You know what you didn't have? Restraining orders. Because if you had straight restraining orders, you know what? He would have been tired of getting locked up. Because like I said, it's too many things that you got. You women can have. Do you know there is a button that you can order? It's called life alert. You know what I'm saying? You hang that button around your motherfucking neck. You call. They give you the free button. And I think the service, you know what I'm saying? If you got any type of insurance pay for the service, or the service like $1, $2 a year or some shit, a month or some shit like that. And all you do, you press that fucking button. It's very easy to press a button. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of you women say, well, I can't get to the phone. He won't let me get to the phone. All you have to do is press a button. You press a button. The operator, you know what I'm saying, will be alert the police for you. And paramedics or the police is coming to your residence immediately. There's too many excuses to get out of a relationship than to be in an abusive relationship. I don't want to hear it to none of you fucking abuser ass women. I don't want to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? You are making these fucking excuses because you like the dick, or you like the man. You're still in love with the man. You don't want to leave the man because there's plenty of ways to fucking damn escape. I don't want to hear the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He's not around you 24/7. You understand that? He got to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? He got to eat. You know what I'm saying? He got to get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of ways, of opportunities where you can make a dash. Plenty.
And uploaded it to a porn site. What more evidence do you need? Why didn't my hospital records matter?
Okay. So he wait. Let me see. I want to be right. What this lady
said? Why didn't
saying?
Nikki's hospital records matter? Why didn't Tanisha?
Welcome back to ABC News Live. You know, 2 directors are shining a light on survivors of abuse. And So I Stayed is an award-winning documentary about 3 survivors who strikingly have similar stories and were separated by 30 years. They all point to how no one believed their stories about their abuse, and each ended up behind bars together.
And listen. And I'm not believing your story because you don't have to even have to suffer from that. I'm not believing your motherfucking story. Why? Because you stayed because you want to stay. You keep coming back because you want to keep coming back.
Fight back. Here's a clip.
We all had police reports, hospital records, witness statements, pictures of violations. For God's sake, Nikki's abuser raped her and uploaded it to a porn site. What more evidence do you need? Why didn't my hospital records matter? Why didn't Nikki's hospital records matter? Why didn't Tanisha's hospital records matter? Why didn't my police reports matter? Why didn't Nikki's police reports matter? Why didn't Tanisha's police reports?
Because you was not willing to press charges, and because you was not willing to put restraining orders. Don't you know that, you can put the police report in? If you would have pursued a restraining order, don't you know what would have happened? Then your police reports would have took effect. Why? Because if he come at you again, you could have just immediately, dial 911. Even if you hang up, the police is coming. Dial 911 and hang up. The police comes, you show your restraining order. They already know you got restraining order. They have no choice but to lock the nigga up. You see, I don't want to hear the motherfucking excuses from you battered ass women.
Matter. Why didn't my scars, bruises, and marks on me matter? Why didn't Nikki's matter? Why didn't Tanisha's matter? Why does it not matter? What happens to us?
Wow. Powerful. What matters to us, because we're talking about it. Joining me now as we honor Domestic Violence Awareness Month, the film's directors, Natalie Batillo and Daniel Nelson, as well as formerly incarcerated survivor and advocate Kim Brown. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Natalie, what inspired you to make this film?
Well, it started out of my own experiences of being a survivor of domestic violence, and also in 2010, my sister was killed by her abuser, and when I went to grad school at Columbia,
this all also stem from, choosing the wrong nigga, That's where it also stem from. You choose the wrong nigga, Oh, he looks cute. Oh, I like his sideburns. Oh, he got dreads. Oh, he's this, he's that. But motherfucker, damn, you choose the wrong nigga. That's what fucking happens. I'm not feeling sorry for you motherfuckers because y'all choose the wrong niggas. And then y'all want motherfuckers to feel sorry for you. And cry out for sympathy. Oh, why didn't the police do nothing, bitch? Because you didn't put a restraining order. If you would have signed, the reason why I'm saying this because actually I am counseling a young lady that is going through that same shit, but yet she keep taking the nigga back. And every time I tell her to put the restraining order, she say she is, but then next thing you know, the nigga is back in the motherfucking house, and then things don't go right. Now she's back calling me again, and oh, but I should have not let him back in. No, you should have put the restraining order on them like I told you to. So I don't want to hear that. These are from bitches who motherfucking damn refuse to motherfucking damn do the right thing, but yet expect the police to do their job. The police can't do your job unless you do your job. You got to file the necessary paperwork.
Knew that I wanted to cover domestic violence, and that was back in 2015, and there was a advisor who I told my personal stories to and said, why don't you cover the story about survivors who are criminalized for fighting back? And in my mind, it just did not make sense that we were putting survivors behind bars for their acts of survival, whether it was self-defense or being coerced to commit a crime by their abuser.
Shut the fuck up, because you don't have to commit a fucking crime, bitch. Shut the fuck up. That's what the police is there for, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stop loving strange dick, bitch. And then you won't have to worry about that shit, bitch.
survivors often feel like it's a life or death situation, and it really is. So since then, I decided that I would continue to report that, and that's how I learned about Kim and her incredible work with New York's Domestic Violence Survivors Justice Act. I had also, at that time, sent my story to Dan, who's co-director, and I'll let him sort of speak to how he came on, and then obviously let Kim speak about her experience as well.
You got it. I'll guide the conversation. Kim, you were incarcerated for 17 years for killing your abusive husband. Why? What was it? What was it you lacked? What was it that you weren't getting? Who wasn't here?
Oh, that's a good thing. I wish she would have stayed in there for about 25 fucking years. For killing my abusive husband. Motherfucker, damn bitch, before you got married to the nigga, you should have, traditionally married to, once you have sex, you're already married. But when you went to the justice of the peace and got married to the nigga, you knew the nigga was abusive before you got married to him. So why did you marry the nigga? You thought it was going to get better?
You that caused you or pushed you to the point where you felt like that was your only option?
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for having us this morning. I think it's the lack of a trauma-informed approach. When you bring your abuser to the courtroom, I had 5 arrest warrants for Darnell. I had hospital records, police reports, battered women's shelter reports. I had him arrested 5 times, but none of that seemed to matter.
You notice she said everything but a restraining order? You notice she said everything but a restraining order, right? Oh, I was arrested 5 times. I had police reports. You know what I'm saying? I had arrest warrants and all this other stuff. She said everything but a freaking damn restraining order. Because if she would have had a restraining order, she wouldn't have even resulted to hurting the man. Because all she had to do was call 911 and the police would lock him up. She would at least be safe for at least a good 7 days. And within that 7 days, that'll give you enough time to motherfucking damn get yourself right. You know what I'm saying? So when he come out, you know what I'm saying? You already know he's coming back. You already prepared. And then you just call that nigga, call the 911 again. And keep calling 911. And keep calling 911. The reason why abusers is because they know that you ain't gonna do shit. You see what I'm saying? Just like a high school bully. The reason why a high school bully is a high school bully because they know that the person that they're bullying is not going to do shit. So they're going to keep bullying the person.
Court, and every time we went to court, I was the upset, hysterical woman that no one was really paying attention to. And he would stand there and say how he doesn't want anything to do with me. And then as soon as we would get outside, he would be right there grabbing me by the little fat roll on my side, pinching me hard, saying, "Come on, let's go." So it was a lack of support from the system. I went to the court. I filed police reports. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do to be safe, and
Okay, so after court, you said he's pinching you by your side. Do you know if you would have had a restraining order, he wouldn't even been able to get that close to you to pinch you by your side, you dumb hoe? Sympathy.
Kept me safe.
It's heartbreaking just hearing that, and unfortunately we hear these types of stories far too often. And Daniel, my guess is you were pretty surprised to hear many things about these survivors and within Kim's story and others. Do you think this doc can make a difference? Do you think this is finally kind of the angle, the feel, the emotion, the characters that can drive home?
No, I think my ministry makes a difference every day. You know what I'm saying? If you women are tired of being motherfucking abused and motherfucking them finding abusive men, you know what I'm saying? Come into my Bible study class. You will be trained up and learn how to be a righteous woman and learn how to connect yourself with a righteous man. My Bible study class. Just send me a friend request to my Facebook page, which is PSTR Michael Smith. That's PSTR Michael Smith. Send me that friend request on Facebook and I'll add you to the group and you too can learn something. But motherfucking I'm learning from these 3 dingbat whores. It's not motherfucking them teach you nothing. Why? Because they just going to tell you how to, you know what I'm saying, their experiences, and then but they're not telling you how did they, you know what I'm saying, they didn't tell you how they met their man. You know what I'm saying? That would teach you on how to avoid abusive relationship. If they told you how they met their man, where they went to meet their man, how their man looked, how their man talked to them, you know what I'm saying? If they told you the ingredients or the information on how they met their man, then they will be telling you something. But you see, they left out all of that. They just went straight to, oh, he's abusive, he's this, he's that. But what the fuck are you doing, bitch? What are you doing?
Why something has to be done to protect women like Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I first started this and Natalie showed me this the story, which was originally Kim's story in a version of her master's thesis, I was really blown away by how prevalent this issue was, being criminalized for defending yourself against your abuser. And Natalie's an incredible writer and journalist, so the story was incredible, and Kim is one of those people who just sort of jumps off the page when you read about her. And yeah, I feel like documentary film is a medium that is very impactful for talking about issues like this. And I just hope that people walk away from this film understanding that I think folks have a tendency to just trust that the legal system is doing the right thing. And in many cases, it does not, particularly with domestic violence survivors. And so I hope that people can watch this film and see that.
Agreed. And Natalie, you know, the New York Times covered how your film actually played a role in Tanisha Davis's case. She's featured in the film, which resulted in freedom after a conviction. What was that like for you? And does it show you just the power of what your filmmaking can do?
It really does. It really does show us the power of, you know, storytelling and survivors using their voice. We were honored to be a part of that process. We worked with Tanisha and her lawyers to put together a video statement with her application to be resentenced under this new law that, you know, Kim had fought for 10 years. So it was a day that I will never forget. And you know, there's still women behind bars like Tanisha. There's Nikki Adamando, who faced a 19 to life sentence. So, you know, the work is not done, although that was, you know.
Fuck the women behind bars. Fuck that. What about the women that is free? That don't have the understanding on how to motherfucking them simply fill out a motherfucking damn restraining order. And don't know how to simply follow the simple instructions on how to get rid of a fucking abusive man. What about the women that's out?
You know, very uplifting for us. We still hope to free more survivors, whether it's through educating, you know, the legal system, trainings, you know, and just empathy. Like, really, truly, it's like these are people's lives. These survivors have hopes and dreams. They, you know, are not a true crime story. They should not be reduced to that. And there's real nuance that should be explored in learning about domestic violence. And I hope that our film can contribute to that conversation.
Well, it already has, and you're helping women get their power back. Kim, Natalie, Daniel, thank you so much. And Natalie, your strength is so amazing. Appreciate all three of you for what you're doing.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Thank
You
you
bet.
so much.
You bet. And you can also go to the website to find out more about the film and why I stayed, and watch it. It's powerful. Coming up, a man taking...
All right, you know what to do, people. Hit that follow button, turn on your notification bells. I'm your host, I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. And if you want to tune into our Bible study class, tune into our Bible study class. That is, send me a friend request on my Facebook page, which is PSTR Michael Smith, and that's on Facebook. That's PSTR Michael Smith, and that's on Facebook.